everyone, we're here to do an update for, I was going to name it Collective Energy, and then I was going to name it Twin Flame, because really everything of what everyone's going through at the moment is beautiful Mars retrograde. And so some of you are experiencing heavy energy, but again, it does, coaching does help. Feeling the energy and actually, training yourself for that can help. I'm pulling ruins for this connection. So the yin and yang of you, some of you, if you're feeling very frustrated and agitated, again, it will depend on what placement it is in your chart, but collective energy, all of us individually will be feeling an element of that. So to be perfectly honest, it's completely natural. Hi, love. I'll see you again today. I just wanted to come to you guys and give you an update because I know it has been incredibly heavy, but if you can transmute that energy and transfer it into doing something, you will feel more productive. Anytime you find yourself wavering and you're tuning into counterpart energy, yes, at a psychic level to a point in the journey, you will come to a place where you do feel that energy, okay? And you literally, if you're feeling their frequency being very out of balance, or, you're like, oh gosh, this is an interruption energetically, psychically, then, you can actually manage that to a point. It will not interfere with your auric field. Others of you, if you have attachment energy to the way it's got to be, to the way it's got to turn out, everyone asked me during the process, and I was looking for it myself when I was trying to reach Twin Flame Union. And really, I didn't really have a need or a want or a desire to reach it. It was more coping with the ascension symptoms. So all of you will be looking and viewing upon the Twin Flame journey very uniquely. But what I did tend to find is I'm on the other side of that, right? And we still all receptively feel energy regardless. So what some of you will be feeling can be due to attachment. Now, attachment energy is you are trying to meditate upon what the outcome is going to be, what that person would need to do, what their blockages are. And again, we can accidentally extend the journey by tuning into that individual's responsibility, actions, because what it's basically doing is the fear is already inside us. And it's reactivating that for us to look at so that we can detach from that physical frequency. I'm going to try and find these ruins on the page because, I say, yeah, I'm going to label these pages, but no. It's been one of those months, right? 2 months. I could probably say it's been a couple of decades, really. So how are we traveling? Are we coping with this Mars energy? Eat red food groups, okay? Your appetite may increase, it may decrease, depending on where you are in your frequency. The reason I say increase is because it's almost like gluttony, wanting to have more because you're needing and requiring more fuel. Also because it can be linked to base chakra, and I would also say the sacral chakra. Balancing those lower chakras during these retrogrades. We do have a majority of the planets retrograde at the moment. So it's going to affect your auric field and your ascension symptoms. I can't find this. I'm going to get there. I'm talking too much and not looking for this. Let's find what the crowning energy is. I was like, okay, I usually have a nice chit-chat in the morning, but it was like, let's get into a read for you guys. Now, if you have been finding that you've been having irritability in the gut, intestinal, tract-related dynamics, yes, in ascension at the moment, that is coming up. Okay, so the crowning energy, this has been coming up for a while now, probably since September and last month. Okay, so this links to Capricorn. Yes, we are having Jupiter going direct. It's stationary on the 12th. It's direct on the 13th. Right, 13th. Come on. And it's the color is black, and it's earth and fire. So with Jupiter, it will be going direct, and it does link to masculine energy. So inside us, even if you guys are not having a lot of energy, you are really guided to persevere through. So if there's something at a 3D nature in your life at the moment that you're needing to tackle, you find you're needing to be very guided into only pouring that energy into circumstances that need addressing, because your energy can dwindle. Now, for some of you, it might be that you're feeling deeply fatigued, but you're go, go, go. There's a lot of things that you need to do. You can pull that energy, but listen to your body and, tap into the fuel that you're going to require to be able to achieve those targets. If we're falling into, and we may accidentally during this transit, because we have Aries and Chiron, fall into victim consciousness. This person didn't do this for me, this person did, where are these people in my life to support and love me? That energy can be coming up as well. With Jupiter going direct, there is a lot of transformative energies going on with divine masculine. So most of our energies, Juno and Libra, are going to be going direct. They already are direct, so to speak. So masculines are going through their theoretical masculine Venus sign. It's where their energy is being put into their situations, and what they're going to be doing. Where do they stand in the matrix of the situation? What are they wanting? What do they like? What don't they like? They can become a little bit irritable. So, be it you're a twin or you're not, really paying attention to the energy frequency of masculines collectively. The fatigue, the ascension will be there. There can be irritability due to the fact that they maybe don't know the element of energy and how the planets directly resonate with that. So in an esoteric, this links to spiritual needs, deliverance from distress, self-mastery, which is what I've been talking about, and transcendence. It's also linking to personal needs, self-preservation, and invention. Now, in reverse, it connects to greed, excess, impatience, extinguishing of inner fire. So again, yes, in a transformative sense, both of you are learning, both masculines and feminines are learning what is going to be correct for you and what isn't. Some of you, if you have attachment to finances, because we do have Uranus and Taurus retrograde, that old energy and paradigm can be coming up. If you have everything you need, try and be very in gratitude and receivership mode so that can continue. Anything that has been shifted around, especially from last month when Uranus went retrograde, it can be coming back on the table now. And yes, there can be rewards coming in, but I am seeing what is going to be coming in is going to be going out. But don't stress about that. It's a process. It's to teach you the art of trusting the process, to move towards that higher goal. And if you find that you're mentally looking at it and thinking, gosh, I'm in lack energy, it is kind of flipping the coin to a degree where feminines and masculines can see a different polarity individually. What's coming through for masculines? Okay, masculines to the left or the right? I'll let you guys choose. First one to say, I get to pick. It's cold here in Australia, How is it over in America? You guys are probably really hot. Don't forget to hit the like, thanks. Okay, so are we on the left-hand side for masculines? Yes, okay. So on the right it is for feminines. Crowning energy. Slow down. For everyone, slow down. Find peace. Get into your zone. Get into your frequency of where you are. Focus on, you will get, how do I place it? You will get triggered, it's natural. It's part of the spiritual process, but you also do need to be looking at the frequency of, okay, is that trigger coming up because, you have attachment, or is it coming up because you're just energetically feeling the ascension connected to masculine? Because there's two different polarities. Let's have a look at theirs. And I did have it, and now I've lost it. Jeez. I like making his weight, don't I? A bit like masculines, eh? No shade. That's where feminines are learning to be in receivership mode. To sit on your thrones, keep in alignment, to focus on the things that you need to achieve. And, you know, sometimes it can be very disheartening because you're looking at it and you're feeling, and it can feel like abandonment, especially when you have given a lot to a situation. But the thing is, we do need to look then after that fact and say, okay, am I choosing to do something, or was I obliged to do something? And, you know, a lot of times when we do things for people, from a spiritual point of view, when we stand back later and observe that old behavior, it was almost an expectation that if you did something, it was actually the way in which you may have treated masculine was the way in which you wish to be treated. So, you know, with that frequency, actually turning it about, and if that was not reciprocal at that point, now pour all that energy back into you, and what you'll do is upgrade that kind of recipe, and it directly, like the laws of attraction, will be attracted back to you because you set an intention of that's what your kind of benchmark is. Okay, so masculines are in the reversal. Feminines are in the reversal as well. All of this is. So it's a deep reflection time, which is what the retrogrades actually usher in. Okay, so the deity is Thor. The animal is goat. Yeah, trying to gain perspective. It makes sense. Bird, eagle. Day, Thursday. So, and air and fire. Okay, what does this link to? Okay, reversed. Status, crisis, rigidity, wrong actions. Yes. Well, as I said, Mars retrograde is going to bring all of this energy in very karmically. So it will be the mental mindset, having the download, seeing different people's perspectives potentially. But the important one is actually them seeing what is and isn't right for them. And that's the crucial thing, because, you know, it's not, hey, you need to see it from my side from a karmic point of view. No, you need to see something that is not serving you so that we can break patterns. That's basically what we're wanting to get towards, so that we can actually be in our highest vibration to give the best to the people that we are giving our energy to. Because we do have Mercury in Libra at the moment, you will find it's like, you know, needing to actually communicate about balance, communicating about relationships. We might be talking to our friends, we might be talking to, you know, soul groups, but there is communication coming up in all stands with marriages, contracts, partnerships. We also have this very strong kind of energy coming through, which is perfect, but in a very karmic sense for things that don't resonate with us, because all of us individually will have the yin-yang effect. If you're in alignment and you're choosing to circle yourself around people that are very positive, you know, you may have done a lot of work on yourself, masculine or feminine. The thing is, it doesn't mean to say the things of years gone by won't come back energetically and be there for review, okay? So some of you be in perfect alignment, but still really reviewing those things, and I kept hearing the song, All the Things You Said, running through my head, and it was really coming from the masculine side of the fence, really taking stock of everything and compartmentalizing it. But it was a very messy brain that I was seeing, trying to understand and come to terms with some things that were happening. So it's connected to cosmic order, ritual journey, vision quest, personal destiny. In the mundane, change in direction, movement, progress, journey, relocation, habit breaking, and rhythm. And this is what is going to come about. Initially, there will be the purge of it, which will always be the reversal. It will be the frequency in which we get to. We are looking at the financial aspects. We're looking at the dynamic that, yeah, it's reaching a pivotal point. Pending tower moment, rigidity. No, I don't want to change. This is the way it's going to be. Knowing full well it's the wrong action. Universe gives us 3 signs, okay? That three turns to get that right. And it's funny because it is linked to a warrior and fate of the gods. So yes, sometimes when we give our power away, universe, yes, does force our hand. And when we do have Jupiter going direct in Capricorn, it does link to divine masculine energies. They're really having to, at a very 3D level, pick up and grab what they have, both emotionally, spiritually. Jupiter's very spiritual in nature as well, but it is to do with growth and expansion. Having to take their energy very accountably, it is very karmic in nature. So Capricorn requires responsibility. It requires it. And, you know, due to the nature of it, it might be with maybe a bag and shoes in hand and off we go. So it's almost like the Fool card I'm getting coming through in my mind with Jupiter going direct. There could be infinite ways in which you could go. It's almost like when you're getting ready to take a new path. This could be if you've left a toxic relationship. You know, some of you in the house might have already experienced this and you're thinking, I need to do this and I need to do that before I leave it. And then it just comes to this pivotal point. You're like, look, it is what it is. This is the direction I'm needing to take. And there's a lack of thought because it's been overdue for a decision. Does that make sense? Let's pull a card for them. That's R1. What's coming up for that? Freedom. Okay, so horse denotes freedom, and I have been seeing a lot of horses lately. So it's both spiritual. It is, so, you know, it's better to take the choice than to physically have it, you know, spiritually. Yes, they're being stubborn, but I do feel this is to test them and show them that they do have choice, that they can actually make decisions instead of waiting for universe to come and cause a tower moment. And I think many of them have already experienced hundreds of tower moments that they're looking at it going, okay, I've looked at this recipe. This has been a synchronistic pattern. This is something I really need to look at. They're going to choose the time, and I think many of them have chosen the time. And during Mars retrograde, it's 11 weeks. This is a pivotal point, and unfortunately, yes, it can bring breakups. But whatever is going to break up is destined, like it was for the higher good of the situation. You know, even in Twin Flame Path, when you have an attachment to things, you guys are mass manifestors. This is what you don't understand. You can't lose something. Were you getting something? So when it goes, it's gone to upgrade. It's like being put back in the workshop to have a repair, and then it's coming back and it's the same as you. Whereas with the other energies, you'll find their soul path is different to yours, but you do have a very humanistic way of looking at this. So it's very egoic in nature that, oh, okay, it means it's over. Yes, we do need to be present in that one moment and move into that peace, because not having that means we're in attachment. We're like, okay, you know, I've done everything I could, and now, you know, moving back into that abandonment, slow down, pause, breathe. Find the peace. If you really were to look around at your life, are there things that you need to deal with right now? But also, I feel for a lot of you, you're looking at the very basic, simplistic level on the feminine side, and it's the art of appreciation. It's like, what does bring you peace? What are those circumstances? Peace of mind with ascension? Probably not, but peace of mind with the direct situations of what you're doing in your life does. I'll read everything at the end, guys. I'll just channel the energy first. Okay. Now, feminines, you guys have this. In reverse, like I said. Okay, Raven. Who is that singer? Okay, I don't know. My guides operate in unique ways, and they could be some of your guides that I channel. What's her name? All good things come to an end. It's like Raven energy. Oh, what's her name? I love her. Raven, Mercury, Wednesday, air. Okay, so in the reversal, delusion, misunderstandings, lies, intellectual stagnation. Similar to what the masculine's doing, this is potentially why I said in his head, all the things you said running through my head, which is a song. It's like playing it like a broken record, right? And if he's tuning into this, I feel you guys are channeling their energy. And it's like very distorted in the thought process, but you need to tune out of that. They're going to reach a peaceful place, and then you potentially, feminines, for about a week, you might get very, very fatigued. So yes, energy does flip. And then when you come into duality, you find you do it similar. You end up mirroring each other directly. You guys are going through a shedding process. Now, you know, some of you are shedding your skin, getting to a point, and I'm laughing because I do know one particular person who is shedding some skin. Getting to a point where you're upgrading. I love you, Shelley. um, she's going to kill me now. She'll be like, Yildiz. Okay, advice, communication, contemplation, inspiration, authority, tradition, blessings, verbal skills, Venus and Mercury. Yes, it was Mercury. There you go. So the Venus energies of feminines, yes, you are in the balance. When it comes to your communication, when it comes to your mental mindset of, I know she's laughing at me, she's going to kill me. She's been great, as we all have been. She'll probably go, no, Yildiz. Okay. Initiation, scarred knowledge, divine inspiration. Now, yes, some of you are aware at a very 3D level where the snakes are. Okay? Snakes have been coming up. Horses have been coming up. A lot of birds, particular birds will have very synchronistic messages. But again, it's very spiritual in nature, very, very Pisces energy with the crown energy coming through. What is coming through for divine masculine, please? I've got 3 different decks there. I'm just going to go with what they want me to pick. Okay. Okay, there could be a family-related dynamic or inner child wound. And I am feeling, again, it's really strange, probably because we have Neptune retrograde and it is in Pisces. During that time, a lot of our guides are actually very protective, okay? So there might be signs that are being given to masculine in relation to a direction, an attitude, a past, and they're giving, they're actually guiding divine masculine at the moment. So I have noticed some very comical situations, which I can't speak about on here. But yes, I have noticed very synchronistic events linking to my divine masculine and his mother who's passed over. And my father, they kind of directly did have a bit of a comedy about them, that have been sending these very unusual, very comical messages. So that's confirmation from my side of the fence, but take it how it lands. Okay, they're also, they're protecting masculine at the moment. They're supporting them in this process. And I do feel they're becoming more spiritual in nature, especially with the white energy. They're finding that what bound them before, which was paradigms and polarities, it's like, it's just not working no more. Yeah, they're paying attention to these things. They're actually paying attention to their emotions and understanding what those things mean. Yeah. Noticing repetitious signs of your inner guidance, and this can yield valuable information, which is all the information that I've been telling you about this ruin. Maybe being very stuck and maybe even thinking back to all those times they were stuck and behaving in certain ways and dealing with things in certain ways. Now, the reason this is coming up is to actually spiritually free them. Their guides are protecting them. As I said, psychic downloads, messages from heaven, messages from Gaia, paying attention. They're actually noticing it. So they're in their awareness about what these things are. Okay, how do they feel about divine feminine? There's something weighing them down heavily at the moment. Okay. It's funny because looking at this card, the first thing I saw was a tower. Okay? Now, to do with you, the deck became very heavy when I was actually trying to connect with the card. Now, the way I'm interpreting this coming through, it feels like there may be some synchronistic events that are very busy, very disorganized, potentially messy, toxic, adverse. That's really how it felt. It felt like a heavy heart. But it's to do with the fact that they know how you felt about them, and there have been major changes. They do feel directly you were a blessing in their life and that you are a blessing in their life. But again, try not to have attachment to that in a sense that you feel, well, where are they then? It's like, again, that, none of us can 100% know the circumstances surrounding why we do things. Contemplation time. They're thinking on how to deal with this. They're thinking on how to address it. Okay, let's get into these ones. Spending time alone meditating upon what you truly desire. Yeah, they don't want to come towards you. They do know what they desire, but how, with all the other surrounding energies, how they can bring it together like a piece of a puzzle so that it can flow like the wind and so that there is no more complications, I'm hearing. They're not wanting complications, not for you. Yeah, Phoenix rising. I do feel this is after Jupiter goes direct. This is going to be a process moving through the whole Mars retrograde. And I do feel you guys are going to, you know, initially you might be very down, feminines, but I'm sort of seeing in the mirrored effect, it's like you are, the more into this journey you get, the more it will be a requirement to ascend. Yes, they're reflecting on their unwise choices, but some of those they can't actually transform. You know, and I mean, what is and what isn't? It was like choices and turns in the road we made. Actions and behaviours. Oh, that's a lot. Really? Okay. Okay, so we have the Phoenix rising from the ashes. So if you guys are thinking that this person is not going to be able to see, feel, be logical, that's control, right? Understand that, yes, this person does have a brain. They do know, they do feel. They may be stubborn, like a horse, but this is to help liberate them. All of these circumstances surrounding them was to liberate them. Yes, reflecting back on the past, they feel they weren't wise. But the inner child wounds were there, and now they're looking at everything that they want to do over what happened in the past. Yes, with Mars retrograde, it is affecting their instincts. So they're not going to understand why this is all coming up for them. A lot of heart chakra clearing is coming up as well because we do have Venus and Leo. So if you're getting a lot of purging from the heart and the higher heart chakra, we had Virgo aspects, we have Leo in Venus. It does make sense because this is a lot of what they're going through. They're actually purging and healing. The communication may not be there. They might be, if you're in relationships with them, communication with them, it might be they're more quiet, and you as feminines might be having throat chakra coming up. It's not that they don't have anything to say. It's just that they're really getting to a place where there's some situations in the past that have really been blocking their road, and they've been trying to find different ways, very similar to feminines, to kind of remove that energy. But I really feel between now, I don't even know what the date is today. That'd be right. I do feel between the 12th and the 13th, things are really going to start popping off. Okay, let's see what those things are. What do we need to know? A home-related dynamic I'm seeing is changing and shifting, but it's when we say home, it's 4th house placement. We also have Mars energy, which is base chakra. This is linked to base chakra. So, you know, trying to actually look at things, it could be budgets, it could be finances, it could be the direct home improvements and things to that degree. But I'm feeling a shift in their energy. Some of them, it's funny because there's a home or a family-related dynamic that they are very frustrated by. That can even be linking, as I keep saying, to their childhood. And it's two energies. It's almost an old energy is playing out in the 3D. Maybe through the karmic connections where they're looking at it. And notice the snake around the lotus flower. And it's in reversal. So I almost feel they were taking accountability. But they're now realising it takes two to tango. That they were owning that. And it was a lesson that had to occur so that they could see divine feminine side of the fence. It sounds horrible, but this is how life goes, you know. We have these experiences. We do end up mirroring each other all the way through the journey. It's quite sucky, really. What are you doing, kitty? I swear my cat thinks she's a dog. Oh, interesting. Manifestation. I've been having the funniest week with my twin. Actually, month, I would say. Now, at the moment, I've been seeing a lot of 8s. This is manifestation. And I have been coaching my twin. Well, not really, just showing him that a lot of what he's doing at the moment is manifesting. I think they're really like, like we all say, how do we manifest some of these circumstances? Fear-based frequencies actually can attract the things that we fear. So I think they're not wanting to do that anymore. And again, it can be very hanged man energy, trying to meditate, trying to get into their center. But they are actually experiencing synchronistic events. They're thinking back to when they first met you, what it was like, what those butterflies were like. So it does feel they're in a dream state at the moment. I do feel they're thinking back to what that was. And, that's another thing. It's like I just kept all these messages I've been getting, they come up through these cards. I was seeing the movie in my mind, Shrek. And it's all, it could even be The Hangover. And you wake up and you're like, who did I end up with? And you think it's Omar Sharif. And then you wake up and you realise it's Shrek. Similar circumstances happening on this side of the fence where, what this person thought back then, they're now seeing, that they're wanting to actually take the time. They're wanting to reconnect with you. They're wanting to show you all this happiness. They're realising that, especially with all these rainbows, a lot of songs are coming up. These songs are actually telling them stories. It can be to do with very old songs that they had that were historically connected to relatives that passed over. But it's also very synchronistic kind of dreamlike states that they're having with you guys. It's like they're imagining what their life would be like with you and what steps they're willing to take. They're not wanting to manifest it. They're wanting to actually do this on their own. They're wanting the emotional freedom to be able to create this magical life with you. They're not as attached to finances. Some of them, their foundation in the past, the self-worth energy wasn't there. What did you say? But what if you're of waiting? We're not supposed to wait. Look, the term waiting means we have an obligation to. You may be mad at it, but the thing is you're mad at your heart. This is crazy, right? I went through this process. I was sitting there and I was like, I can't wait forever. And it's like you're getting mad at your spiritual process. If you have a feeling for a person inside, but you're still doing it, Eddie. So you're upset, you're hurt. The thing is, we can't negotiate with our heart. Our heart feels what it feels, right? So it's when I went through that process and I had separation, I was very cross. I was cross and then I was very calm. The thing is, your heart knows what it wants. Your heart knows how it feels. We have people pass over and we still love them. So stop being angry at your heart, number one, because here is the mirror on Divine Masculine side that they're having a heart chakra activation. Right? Now, when it does come to, moving on, you can move on, but it would be futile moving on if you're still thinking about a past person. So again, it comes back to the layman basics of twin flame journey of you need to heal in order to be open for a new energy. And you will need to heal to be open for your masculine, for your feminine. You won't trust people and the flow and the patterns will be still there. So you're making the same cake. So regardless of whether you connect to the tag, disconnect from the tag, healing in any connection is absolutely necessary so that you can be open to the new coming in. And we are having a new moon in Virgo, which is about healing. It is higher heart chakra. So with that transit coming up, this is why people are purging at the moment with their heart chakra, is because you're almost convincing yourself that it's a physical choice. Spirituality, growth, ascension symptoms are so. They're in us. It's futile. You can't fight it. If you run from it, you're still going to feel the pain. If you go towards another connection, that healing, that purging is still going to come up because it belongs inside you, right? Because I have an old ex waiting to get with me. But that's another reason why we have blockages and paths, and that's why I do the coaching, is because 9 times out of 10, if you're twin is with a person and you have unfinished business with another person and you mentally haven't closed that down because you have abandonment-related issues and you're thinking, this is my go-to, there's always either mentally or in the 3D, there is a karmic on the feminine and masculine side. Once you have actually solved that by making peace with it, sending it away, and being able to be alone, completely alone, without anyone there, without anyone to turn to, and you're no longer running from yourself, that's when you reach union. But you reach union with yourself first because you realize how the patterns in life, forming with connections, forming with divine masculine and divine feminine, directly were affecting you, that you needed to shed this skin and to not run. And I remember in my breakup with my twin, I was sitting there and I remember looking at my friend Reese and I went, am I running? And he was like, yeah. Because, you know, the old version of me was right. I tried, mad. I'm going now. No, I'm packing. I'm getting out of this town. And I was like, what's the point? I could be in South Africa, I could be in America, and the pain's still going to be there. And I was literally about 4 blocks back from him. And I was like, you know what? Challenge that. It happened. Something went down. Be an adult, Yildiz. You have an emotion. You can't run from it. It's inside your gut. It's inside your head. Where are you going to go? And do you think, you know, I was looking at, you know, would we want to take that energy into a new connection? Is that fair to that new person? And that's the beauty of being hurt. You take more responsibility because you look at it and go, I wouldn't want to do that to another person. Gee, that felt crap. I'm going to level up. I'm going to get my life together. Masculines have these dreams, and some of these dreams and these psychic downloads, look, they're very dreamlike. They know what they need to cut out. But you're actually interrupting their dreams at the moment. They do feel self-worth energy of maybe not having enough. You need to make peace with it. Make peace with these energies that you don't see a future with. If you're like, just it's the go-to, it's like just in case I starve, get rid of it. It's blocking your journey. If it's a yes or no, it's a yes or a no, right? Especially when you're healing. It's a darn on it, yes or no. And while you have that there, it's because you have an attachment of abandonment. And while you have it there, no, your twin flame journey won't flow. And yes, karmic cycles will continue. So make peace with it. What do you mean we are interrupting their dreams? Because it flows, but then their ego is getting attached. So they feel they need to match your frequency. You match their frequency. You noticed I'm on... Okay, so from these energies, we are needing to move on from the belief systems, the old storyline, so that we can usher in new energy. Now, if it's a theme and a storyline you've been playing out with your masculine or your feminine, because this is the in-between energy, you need to let it go. Let it go. Anything that doesn't resonate with you, move away from it. Extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. The foundation, empowerment. Your power is to make choices, guys, and that's on both sides, right? It's on both sides of the fence. So if masculines are having this upgrade right now, they know, yes, at the heart of it, they need to clear this heart-centered connection with you. That they have broke your heart. They have actually had their heart being broken. They have that compassion. They're not speaking about this because they're trying to sum it up in their heads. I also do feel they're saving for an item for you. It is very costly. And they're having trouble doing that, okay? They're nervous about it too. But I do feel the abundance energy in reverse is 2 things. One, it's looking at what they feel your worth is and what their worth is. And another, I'm seeing saving for gifts, gems, jewelry, some token of love to actually give to you. I better be quick. I can feel a phone call coming through. Okay, energies for feminines, please. Okay, accept your inner wounds and love them. It's funny. You know, it's good to actually be in receivership mode and to actually, you know, enjoy the opposite sex with their company. It doesn't have to go to an intimate connection. There is nothing wrong with enjoying a person's company, but you do need to be perfectly open and clear with them, because with the spiritual path, it does send mixed signals in a manifestation sense, because we're actually attracting energies at all times. So when we're on the fence about a past love, that actually blocks things. It's like, you know, accepting our shadow side, even with Black Moon Lilith, which does connect to feminines technically, because we've got our shadow side, all of us do. It's looking at that and doing that shadow work, especially with Aries and Chiron retrograde and Mars retrograde. You know, we are looking at this and we're looking at the shadow energy and we're doing some inner child healing. I do feel many of you are going to come to an acceptance of what you want to put your energy into. A lot of you are having a lot of psychic downloads, but again, you know, when we're really overwhelmed, it can feel very messy. It can feel very distorted. So some of you are having this card upright, some of you are having it reversed, because it can cause, how do I put it? It's like, because the ego is getting involved. So when you're tapping into the dreams away from your ego, you feel the energy. You know what is the truth within your path. So if you're having any kind of thought process, breathe in. If you can feel without a shadow of doubt, and it doesn't have to make sense, that's the truth. It's away from ego. If you're trying to meditate upon that process and you're like, yes, but they've done this and they've done that, it's an egoic projection, and you're telling yourself a fake storyline, even if it is a true storyline, and it's merely saying you have some healing to do. You know, speaking the truth, this is what you're acquiring. But, you know, it goes both ways. So, you know, be honest to yourself. Yes, you might be angry. Yes, you might be frustrated. But at the same time, if your twin was to turn up right now, leveled up, how would it be? And it's not about the fact that you're being forced to wait. It's about the heart wants what the heart wants. And the soul and the ascension and the spiritual process. You know, if you're mad, angry, sad, and you're jumping into a connection, that's going to hurt you more. It honestly does. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? Spirituality, fair. Like, look at that. This legit is, you're doing some shadow work. How do I explain it? Okay, I'm going to show you. Accepting of your creative power, but in your shadow, you're not listening to your soul. Because your soul is showing you something, but you're second-guessing yourself, feminines. I do feel you guys are jumping in and out of alignment very quickly, and it's really taking you off balance. You need to get your balance. It is because you're going through a purgatory experience. You just need to step away from the ego. Because, look, it's healthy that it's happening, because it does directly mean that you're purging a cycle, you're going to break a pattern, it's not going to be there. But it's kind of horrendous going through that. And if you do go back and look at 2018 of my videos, go back and see where I was in the journey, because a lot of you are there now. Look at that process and see where it goes. Watch as the videos progress. Because what I'm seeing is I reached a very heavy purge stage, reach union with self, then the communication come in. But I was in complete detachment of, it didn't matter. I knew it was going to be, I knew I'd have contact. That's what I knew. I knew that the connection would be there forever without me needing to have anything. I accepted it. Did it mean that I was ready to move on? If I felt that was going to work, yes, I would. If I felt it wasn't, I wouldn't. I was very fluid with myself on a daily. It wasn't, right, let's cast this in stone and this is the way it's going to be. No, how do I feel today? Because that's the healing process. You can't expect too much of a person who's healing. And that's why we accidentally interacted with an individual that was very hurt. Hurt people, hurt people. Let's get into the energy of feminines. Okay, what does feminine need to know? Okay, some of you aren't having faith in yourself that you can achieve some of your career goals. again, this is co-creative energy. Tap into it. Tap into your spirituality. Do some meditation. The laws of attraction are there. Some of you, again, a family-related dynamic might be affecting you. Might be affecting your work. Oh, thanks, sweet. Others of you, it could be dreams of children, you know. Dreams of children and babies coming in. I do feel a new beginning. It's like rest, because you're in this embryonic state of having this new beginning. Many of you, but the funny thing is, all of the cards are reversed apart from two, and they're really standing out to me. And it's rest and it's treasure chest. But the funny thing is, the way it's lit up, it's like you guys are really exhausted. You're looking at your work, you're ready to move forward, but you're tired. You know, what's the block? What's the hold up? You feel like you're leaving a soldier behind. Some of this could be to do with karmic situations or karmic, you know, kind of things that we're purging. Now, the treasure chest energy, it's strange. It's got this ooey feeling, but it's actually, you know, you don't know how to explain it. You're going to get this vibe that something's coming, but you are a bit worried due to the past. That's why you got to purge the past of what is in Pandora's box. What's in Pandora's box? You guys need to be open. You're protecting your heart, okay? Receive. It's in reverse. Be open to receive. Blockages with money, you know, emotions and spirituality all do come from the ego, because we're thinking something's going to happen. It can co-create in the 3D. Energy blockages, as well as knowing Gaia Source will give us what we need, and that can even be for lessons. So to shift it around, if somebody is offering to help you at this point, let them help you. Male, female, whoever it is. And be in gratitude to do with that. Okay, what does Divine Masculine want to tell you? Let go of the small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeed. They want you to dream big, and they want you to actually think about this connection as, yes, it is a big deal. You've already simplified your life, okay? They already know that. You've got to, your life is simplified. You're not wanting gold, riches, gem. Yes, you do, but not, you know, from, oh, I have to have that. That's the most important thing. They understand that. They're seeing that. But you're losing faith. And it's really not about faith. What they're saying is they can feel your energy. They feel your energy. Just as you feel theirs. They're receptively receiving this. Yeah, there you go. Intuition. They're receptively receiving that you're not having a good time at the moment. That, you know, this is affecting your vibration. They're feeling that emotion. They're not wanting you to worry. Some of them may be actually, okay, some of them are saying, please, if you need help, go and get help. Go and speak to somebody. Yeah, like contact somebody. If you're feeling really manic, contact somebody. Don't do anything like that. They're not wanting that. Now, as to... Okay. Some of you have been experiencing these really strange things, and you're wondering if that's a message that your twin is sending you. This is for some of you in the house, not all of you. The answer is yes. You're being stubborn, okay? You're not listening to your guide. You're not listening to your spirits, and but remember, when you pick up on energy, you guys will mirror each other. They're waiting. Okay, you're holding them in this energy when you're going through that purge, and them synchronistically with you. You're shedding skin. They're working on 3D freedom. You guys are working on 5D freedom. Does that make sense? Any questions? Any questions? But yeah, look, the major download I got this morning was that feminines at the moment have been a little bit stuck. You've been a little bit disillusioned, overwhelmed, feeling that frequency, having ascension. You know, try and do some guided meditation. And honestly, when you fill your life with the yellow energy, co-creativity, you naturally attract great vibration. This Lilith energy and Mars energy, you can actually use it. You know, some of you, you know, what I've found with the Mars energy, and I do have a lot of Mars placements. I've got a lot of scorpionic energy in my chart. I'm tired, but my body's doing a lot. So I'm getting a lot done. It's probably going to make me feel older, but I'm actually getting things done. But if you are stagnated and you're sitting there and you're not moving and you're thinking about it all the time and you're not, like, could be cleaning your house, going for a walk, gardening, co-creative energy, art, cooking, then yes, that blockage is going to come up and it's going to be amplified. And look, you need to keep busy through this next 11 weeks because their ascension process is an 11-week transit. It doesn't mean you won't have communication and movement, but if you need to learn to control that energy inside you, you need to be doing that work on it now to block it out because it's going to affect you. It will affect you more and more as the weeks progress. So if you do need help and coaching on that and you want me to tune into you psychically at a separate level, you can make a booking directly below and I will talk to you on the other side. I've got some clients' videos to upload and I have started pre-recording the monthlies. What do you want to know, Antonella? Are you thinking about a karmic? Dreams are crazy. Think I will be okay. That's okay. How are you doing, Stella? I'm going to love you and leave you because I'm going to go get my daughter up for school and I have already started the videos for mid-month. I'm a little bit behind, but they're going to be pre-recorded and launched. And if I do run out of time, I'll have to come live. I love yous. I will talk to you soon. And if there's anything I've missed, I'll come back and I'll respond if you guys just write in the box. If I do get any psychic downloads, I will come to you again. There have been quite a few. I do feel it's the calm before the storm. But again, it's not your storm. Tune into your energy. Trying to tune out of it, okay? Yeah. Yeah, well, we do have 8th house placement. I mean, we've got the Mars energy, which is, you know, it's scorpionic in energy. And yes, it does link to the 8th house placement, which is, you know, even for me, I've had an anniversary of my past sister-in-law, my twins' mother, and my father all on the same month. So it's been a lot. There's also birthdays as well. It's like 4 weddings and a funeral, but it's not like 4 funerals and a wedding. You know what I mean? Strange. But yeah, spiritually, these things that, you know, when something like that happens, doors are opening. You don't feel that at the time. It's because, you know, that situation transforms you and then a series of events occurs where it takes you in different paths. The way you look at life will be different. Love and light. Take care of yourselves and I'll talk to you soon.